Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, today we're on a beer, because that's what it's been described as. It's a beer. It's a light, kind of golden coloured beer with a bitter finish. There you go. And I got this when I was in Yorkshire, so it was. And it's the Bradfield Brewery, Sheffield, so it's Yorkshire Farmer. There you go. So I've got that to do today. I initially thought, I think when I grabbed this off, I thought, well, Yorkshire Farmer and all that. And I thought it was maybe more of a bitter, but apparently it's maybe more of a golden ale with a kind of bitter finish. Now, what does it say? It's 500 ml. I can't remember what I paid for it. I honestly can't. But again, I'll put the details down below. But the Bradfield Brewery is based on a working farm in the Peak Districts within the picturesque village of Bradfield. And they seem to do all manner of different types of beers, usually kind of round the theme of cows. So they're doing a lot of their kind of names of their beers have got bull in the name, or just kind of this cow or that cow, and you know what I mean? And some beers are more traditional, and some beers are a bit kind of left field with fruits and God knows what in them, and all manner of jiggery pokery going on. So I'm glad I've just got kind of maybe a more kind of normal, kind of slightly more kind of towards the traditional side. But it says only the finest malts, they always say that, only the finest malts and hops are used together with our own source of natural spring water to produce this gold-coloured beer, light on the palate with a smooth, bitter finish. And they're not really telling us anything to do with the hops or anything like that, just nothing really. And it says best served at 12 degrees C for best results, see the neck. But yeah, there you go. And it's made in Sheffield, apparently, even though this actually said it's Bradfield. But anyway, so yeah, let's see what this is like. But they also kind of do, you can get all the beers, most of the beers there in kind of 12 bottle cases. You can get them from their shop, and you can also get it from home delivery if you're in certain kind of postcode areas. They don't have an online shop that will deliver nationwide, so your best chance of getting them is to be round about the kind of Yorkshire area, maybe round about the kind of, I got this closer to Leeds, but I think probably if you're round about the Sheffield area, you're more likely to get it, or round about the Peak District is probably the best way. But they also do 5 litre mini kegs, and they also do obviously full casks as well. I think they do a 9G and an 18G cask, so they do, which is basically gallon, so 9 gallon or an 18 gallon. They don't do 11 gallon, which is kind of unusual because they're becoming more popular now. But yeah, that's all I kind of know about it just now. But again, I'll give you more details down below. So where's it now? It's over here now. Let's crack it open and see what we've got. So we've got a bottle of, well, see if it's a hit or a bottle of, anyway, I've dropped that now. Oh, there we go. Right, let's get this poured and see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Hopefully this will be a nice one. I'm looking for nice beers because I'm not having much luck in 2024. To be totally honest, every time I crack open a bottle, it seems to be a bottle of piss. Or a bottle of disappointment, at least, anyway, you know. For the people on the podcast, it's, what did they say? Golden? You're lying, fox. What did they say? To produce a gold-coloured beer. How the hell is that gold-coloured? That's amber. That's not gold. Maybe gold if you basically smeared it with shit or something, but that's definitely amber. Jesus God. So it's a kind of amber colour, fairly clear. Yeah, I can see the nails, yeah. There's that ring going. Anyway, and the head as well. It's more of a scum than a head. There you go. What does it smell of? Malt. I'm getting malt. Getting malt. A little bit of grain, mostly malt. And that's all I'm getting. Malt. But kind of light malt. It's not a kind of a strong malt, just a light malt flavour or aroma. That's all I'm getting. Maybe a little bit of toffee, maybe. Maybe light wafts of slightly maybe caramel or toffee, but I'm not quite sure. And that's all I'm getting, but there's no way you could say that's gold. I don't know who they're kidding. But anyway, seriously, they can't even get the fucking colour right. Seriously. The beer world has gone absolutely bloody mad. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. I'm getting a strange flavour there. I start off with, I'm getting some malt, which isn't too bad, and then just over the top of it, just as it starts to leave the kind of front of the mouth into the mid tongue, there's this flavour I can't really identify. It's a kind of strange flavour, and it just goes right all the way to the end. So there is. Get a little bit of tannins through there as well, but there's no bitterness. Absolutely no bitterness whatsoever. I don't know what that flavour is. It's a strange flavour. It's giving me accents. It's not exactly like this, but this is the kind of the closest I can maybe try and describe it to you. Slightly kind of almondy, kind of marzipan type thing. Edge to it. I'm not saying it's completely like marzipan, but it just give you some slight accents that are slightly kind of similar towards marzipan and almonds. But yeah, it is. Almond, slightly marzipan is probably the best way of putting it. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, it starts off okay, and then suddenly it kind of goes, it changes in the mid tongue, and it's like, you're like, what the hell is that? It starts off, oh yeah, there's some malt, a bit of grain, nice bit of sweetness there, and then what the hell? There's just as it transitions going on to the mid tongue, this flavour starts up, and it's just like, I'm here to stay, and it's right there from then on, right to the end, and I'm still getting, after I've swallowed it, you're still getting a little accent still in the back of the mouth. All of it. But you're not getting any bitterness. Um, I could probably see the thing is though, it's got lighter malts in it. I can taste the lighter malts, but it's a strange one though because you're getting the malty flavour or some malty flavours there, but because you haven't got the kind of it's all kind of pale malts, so there isn't enough, medium roasted malts and things like this in there just to give it that little bit more of an edge on the body. And that's the problem, it's just ever so slightly watery. It just feels just ever so slightly weaker in the body, just because it's more kind of pale malts being used. Sweetness level's okay. Bitterness non-existent. Hop flavours, not really getting so much hop flavours. It's more kind of grain and pale malts, really. And this kind of slightly strange kind of almondy, slightly marzipan edge to it. Yeah, bit of a strange one. So yeah, they said it was gold or golden colour. That's not golden colour. I mean, look at it. That is not gold. It said it was a nice bitter finish. No, there's no bitterness really there at all. They said they're using the finest malts and the finest hops. Well, I don't know what hops they were using, but they must have used this new variety with really no flavour or aroma, because they're not really getting a taste so much of hops, or I'm still wasn't getting the smell of hops either. And they might have been using the finest malts, but they must have been using the palest ones they could get, because they didn't use any kind of anywhere near enough medium roasted malts to kind of add that little bit more body to it. And overall, it's just quite disappointing. It's okay, it's drinkable, but if it's I don't know, but like if say it was £2 a bottle, well, at £2 a bottle, I could spend £2 a bottle on other beers and get a better beer. I could spend £2 on a bottle that isn't just drinkable, you know. I expect things to go a wee bit better. As I'm drinking it though, just as I was saying that, I'm getting a little bit of bitterness coming through in the end now. It's gonna maybe as my mouth becomes acclimatized that I'm picking up these kind of more accented tones, and yeah, maybe getting a little bit of bitterness at the end, but it's very, very subtle to the point that I've really got to acclimatise my mouth to the beer, and it's slightly searching for it, you know, which for something with more of a nice bitter finish, you think, well, you have to start digging holes and getting out a metal detector to see if we can find it. Jesus. I think you need a fucking archaeological bloody dig to try and find that bitterness. There's a bit there, but you'd have to dig a hole the size of bloody pyramids to confirm it. So yeah, it's quite disappointing, and it's really not delivering. And yeah, overall, it's just disappointing. So yeah. So like I said, front of the mouth, very kind of light malt flavours, a little bit of grain, a little bit of sweetness, moves into the mid tongue. You're starting to get kind of slightly tannin kind of flavours, and you have this kind of slightly almondy flavour, slightly marzipan-y, that takes you right to the back end. And it just really, just as you're about to swallow, you just get some ever so slight accents of bitterness. And you really don't kind of notice them until you really actually kind of swallowed. You know, once you've kind of noticed them, then you realise, well, I think they were starting before I swallowed and that, but just because the other flavours are still there, they're overpowering it because they're so subtle. So once I've swallowed it, that's where I'm getting it more of a kind of accent aftertaste. And again, very light. And yeah, just, yeah, another kind of disappointing beer. Not great, not delivering what they say it's going to deliver. It's not even the same colour as they're saying it's going to be. And yeah, better beers out there for the money, quite easily. And yeah. So out of 10, what would I give it? That kind of almondy kind of taste now is starting to kind of die down a bit as my mouth becomes more acclimatized to it. It's not so much in my face. So it's, I would say the beer's slightly improving as my mouth becomes more acclimatized to it, but it's not that great, to be totally honest. Mm. Yeah. No, it's just very light in the bitterness. The malt's there, but the malt's, it's a strange one because you're getting slightly tanny. It has got slightly accents of tongue and tea to this beer, and you are getting tanning flavours. But the tanning flavours are kind of fighting with the malt because the malts they're there, but they're very kind of light flavoured malts, i.e. pale malts. And the kind of tanning flavours are kind of competing against them and doing quite well. And yes, it just has slightly accents of tongue and tea about it. But obviously with a slightly kind of nutty almondy stroke kind of boardroom and marzipan kind of edge to it. So yeah, out of 10, what would I give it? Well, for me, I think it's a bit of a below average beer. It's not really delivering what it says it is. It's a bit light in the body. The flavours are there, are kind of slightly all over the place. It's not exactly balanced either. And just overall, just not really a particularly good beer. So on that basis, I'll give it 4. 4 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Well, if any of them kind of flavours that I've described kind of hit home with you and float your boat, then yeah, go for it. Go, you get wired in, boys and girls. You'll love this. If you want something more kind of traditional, bitter, or more of a kind of traditional amber ale or something like that, then or maybe even a brown ale or whatever, then no, don't. There's better beers than this out in the market for your money. Why would you want to buy an inferior product? I mean, that's what I feel is just a bit kind of inferior and just kind of lacking. I know that they're not the biggest brewery in the world and everything else, but you think you'd be able to identify the colour of your beer? You know what I mean? Well, it's a lovely golden colour. Mm. Anyway, so yeah, 4 out of 10. There's not really much to be said about it. I wouldn't buy it again. It's up to you. And if there's people out there that love this beer, then great. Let me know how much you love it, and I'll tell you how much I didn't. There we go. And we can be easy peasies about it. Because, yeah, if you enjoy this beer, then great, and enjoy it. Sure some I don't. And, yeah, that's why it gets 4 out of 10. 500ml bottle. Can't remember what it cost, but I will obviously put that down. It's, did I give you the percentage? I'm sure I did I not? It's 4%. Ooh, we're living the dream now. 4%. So yeah, so it's kind of lower in the end alcohol in it. So yeah, 4%, 500ml bottle, 4 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend it, and I certainly wouldn't buy it again. But it's up to you what you want to do. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye for now.